Good morning. Good morning to my dear students. I hope everyone can see and hear me clearly. This is the first class of your half-yearly session. Okay, this is your first Bangladesh Studies class for your half-yearly session. I hope everyone is doing fine and you can see and hear me clearly. First of all, I want to discuss the syllabus with you that you already have. That is section A. You will be having chapter 1, lesson 4 to 8, chapter 2, lesson 1, 4 and 5, and from section B, you are going to have chapter 7, lesson 1 to 5. This is the syllabus that you are going to have for your Bangladesh studies in your half-yearly session. Okay, so I will start this time the syllabus from section B. Okay, that is from chapter 7. This time I am going to start the syllabus from chapter 7. It's a long chapter and there are many different variety of contents that is covering the chapter. It's a huge chapter, so I prefer to start the syllabus from this chapter. Okay, as you can see that you are not going to have any broad question answers this time. So there will be a lot of short question answers. I'll try to give you the study note as soon as possible. Hopefully by the next class you could have first part of your study note. I'll try to give it, and this time the question answers, the short question answers that I'll be discussing with you in the class, you must copy them in your classwork copies, okay? And lesson wise I'll give you the questions, lesson wise. For example, that from lesson 1, if I explain lesson 1 today, from that lesson I might give 2 or 1 short question answers. Okay, those things will be important for you. And the fill in the blanks, true, false, that will be given. And for the unseen part, the most important thing, you must follow the short question answers that we'll be discussing on the board according to the lessons. Okay, lesson wise, I'll be giving you the short question answers, and you have to read them carefully. You can also read the chapter for the unseen part, but I'll prefer the things that I am focusing in the class, especially the short question answers, according to the lesson wise, you must read them. Okay, then start the chapter. Chapter 7, lesson 1, page number 64. This chapter. Okay, page number 64. Which chapters are unseen? There is always, we know that the section B part we have unseen. Section B part is always your unseen part. So that's why I am starting with that portion, so that I can give more time to the unseen part. That's why I'll go lesson wise, and also which questions or which things are most important. I will give it on the board. I will try to give it on the board, and you must follow the classes, the unseen, where I will explain the unseen chapter. Okay, that means the unseen chapter is chapter 7, lesson 1 to 5. I might short the lessons, but that's later on. Let me start. Okay. As Bangladesh is situated in the tropical region, its climate is tropical monsoon climate. Tropical region means, in geography, I think we have read about the equator, isn't it? Equator. So near the equator, where the countries are situated, that is known as the tropical region. Near the Tropic of Cancer, maybe also. Okay. That's why Bangladesh as a tropical monsoon climate. Tropical monsoon, you can say that where the temperature will not become below 18 degrees Celsius, something like that. It will be always, that means we'll have a monsoon variety of weather, variety types of weather, and also we will have a monsoon preferable weather. In in our country, in summer we also have rains, in winter we also have rains, in spring we also have rains. So throughout the year we are having rains. So we are having a monsoon favorable climate. So as Bangladesh is situated in the tropical region, its climate is tropical monsoon climate. Being near to the sea and under the influence of monsoon, neither the winter nor the summer is severe here. So we are also have a sea, and in the because of being in the tropical region, we have neither a very severe summer, neither a very severe winter. So our climate is moderate. The summer is warm and rainy and the winter is dry. The Himalayas, all situated at far north, saves us from the chill wind coming from the north during winter. So that's why you're not having the severe winter, because we're near the sea and the Himalaya is very far away from us. Therefore, winter is not too long. Usual temperature in Bangladesh during winter is 11 to 29 degrees Celsius. This is the temperature of the usual temperature of our country, that is 11 degrees Celsius to 29, but sometimes it comes down to 4 to 5 degrees Celsius in north and northwest region. So the usual temperature is 11 to 29. It's not minus 29, it is 11 to 29. But in the north region, in the north, what regions we have? The Rangpur, then the Rajshahi, the upper districts, they have very much severe winter where the temperature falls 4 to 5 degrees Celsius or below that sometimes. Okay, Thakurgaon, Panchgarh and Srimongol are the coldest places. So these are the coldest places of our country. Summer starts from the month of Boishakh, which is mid-April in the English calendar. The average highest temperature of Bangladesh in summer is 34 degrees Celsius and the average lowest is 29. It could vary. Okay, you are telling me, you can say that it's not always the highest 34 and the lowest 29. It could vary yearly because of the global warming, because of many things. Okay, the weather could vary anytime. It's unpredictable sometimes. Yes, you can predict by seeing the records, the past records, but sometimes it may actually differ. Again, sometimes temperature in the north and northwest rises up to 40 to 45 degrees Celsius. So in the upper, the north regions, they have severe winter and severe summer. Even you can see the northwester occurs sometimes at the beginning of summer in various places. Northwester means the Bengali name, the Bengali meaning for northwester is Kal Boishakhi Jhor. Okay, that is called northwester. So it happened in our country in the early summer. The coastal areas experience cyclones and tsunamis too. In the coastal regions, these are the natural disasters that occur as tsunamis and cyclones. In the rainy season, wind blows with water vapor from the south and southwestern part of the Bay of Bengal. This is called summer monsoon. So in the rainy season, the wind carries the vapor from the south, that means from the lower part where we have the sea, that the wind carries the water vapor from the Bay of Bengal, and for that we can have rain. This is called summer monsoon, where in summer we are having rains. This wind causes heavy rainfall in Bangladesh, but rainfall doesn't does not occur equally all over the country, obviously. In Dhaka city also you can sometimes see that in some places we are having rain and in some places there is no rain. So the rainfall is not same in every part of the country. Okay, let me take some questions. Because the global warming, someone asked me why we are having now the less cold winter than the past. Because of the global warming, the greenhouse gas effect, the temperature is rising every year, and then that's why we are having very less cold in winter. Okay. Sylhet, Chittagong, and Cox's Bazar experience heavy rain. On the contrary, Rajshahi, Pabna, and Kushtia have comparative low rainfall. So the highest rainfall regions of our country, that is, you can say, Sylhet, Chittagong, and Cox's Bazar, and the lowest rainfall areas, you can say, Rajshahi, Pabna, and Kushtia. There is rain during the autumn too. Okay, though the amount is very low, but you can see that nowadays autumn in autumn we are having so much rain, isn't it? So it varies. It's changing. River erosion also increases during the rainy season. River erosion, that means when the river soil actually decays, not decay, actually it erodes. Okay, erodes, that means because of the heavy water pressure on the river, when there is heavy rainfall, the amount of water in the river, it becomes very high, it rises, and because of that the soil erodes. That is called river erosion. Where I was, okay, April to May and October to November, and the high times for tornadoes and cyclones in our country. The climate of Bangladesh is moderate. It means effects of favorable and adverse weather is equal here. Adverse means the opposite of favorable, that is unfavorable. So in our country, the climate is moderate. That means we are also having a favorable weather and also an unfavorable weather. That makes the weather of our country moderate. So that means we are having not severe cold, not severe hot, and also through the whole year or through the whole time, we are having sometimes we are having rainfall because of the tropical monsoon climate we are having. Yeah. Bangladesh is evergreen and ever fertile. On the other hand, disasters like storms, tidal wave, flood, drought, nor'wester, tornado, and excessive rainfall occur due to adverse effects and causes a lot of sufferings of or to people. Okay. Now, I hope the lesson 1 is clear to you. From lesson 1, you are going to learn 3 questions. Okay. I'm giving it. Question number 1. What is called summer monsoon? Write it down in your classwork copies. What is called summer monsoon? Please write it down. Write it down. What is called summer monsoon? Okay, now go to page number 64, second paragraph, seventh line. Page number 64, second paragraph, seventh line. In the rainy season, wind blows with vapor from the south and southwestern part of the Bay of Bengal. This is called summer monsoon. I am repeating page number 64, second paragraph, seventh line. Writing it. Answer page number 64, second para, seventh line. Okay? The answer is, in the rainy season, wind blows with vapor from the south and southwestern part of the Bay of Bengal. This is called summer monsoon. Now, question number 2. What is the average highest and lowest temperature of Bangladesh in summer? Of Bangladesh in summer. The answer I'm writing here. The average highest temperature of Bangladesh in summer is 34 degrees Celsius, and the average lowest is 29 degrees Celsius. Please write it in your classwork copies. What is the average highest and lowest temperature of Bangladesh in summer? The average highest temperature of Bangladesh in summer is 34 degrees Celsius and the average lowest is 29 degrees Celsius. There is another one question from this lesson. I hope everyone is clear with this too. What is called summer monsoon? You will get it in page number 64, second para, 7th line. That is, in the rainy season, wind blows with water vapor from the south and southwestern part of the Bay of Bengal. This is called summer monsoon. Question number 2. What is the average highest and lowest temperature of Bangladesh in summer? The average highest temperature of Bangladesh in summer is 34 degrees Celsius and the average lowest is 29 degrees Celsius. Okay, lesson 1, another question you have, that is, describe the climate of Bangladesh. Describe the climate of Bangladesh. For that, you have to go page number 64, last paragraph, first line. That is, the climate of Bangladesh is moderate. It means effects of favorable and adverse weather is equal here. This much if you write, it's fine. This answer could be actually 2, 3 or 4 lines, but these are all short question answers of only 1 mark. So 2 points each answer will carry. Not more than that, I think, because it will become more lengthy, and only 1 mark each question, each answer. So I'll try to make it as specific and as short as I can. That's why page number 64, last para, first line, that is the climate of Bangladesh is moderate. It means effects of favorable and adverse weather is equal here. If you want, you can add another line that is Bangladesh is situated in the tropical region. That's why it is having a moderate climate. Anything you can add, but for me, if you just write these two parts, this is okay. Let me take some questions. In your book, it is 21. In my book, it is 29. Printing mistake, I don't know, because I'm actually using this book from the last year, it's 29. And today I have given three questions. That number one is what is called summer monsoon. Second one, what is the average highest and lowest temperature of Bangladesh in summer? Lastly, describe the climate of Bangladesh. For this answer, 64, last para, first line, the climate of Bangladesh is moderate. It means effects of favorable and adverse weather is equal here. That means we are having a moderate climate where you can have the favorable and the unfavorable parts of the weather as well. Now, lesson 2. I want to move to lesson 2 as well today, but I'm not going to give any questions from lesson 2. This is only the lesson 1 questions. It will be on the board. Please write it down on your classwork copies. It will be very good for you. Okay. Lesson 2. Causes behind the climate change in Bangladesh. What are the causes behind the changes that we can see in our climate? Many causes are responsible for visible changes in climate all over the world. Yes, there are many changes. There are lots of changes, variety range of changes. It is also affecting Bangladesh. Weather change does not go accordingly with change of seasons. Yes, sometimes it does not. Amount of rainfall during monsoon is decreasing. Winter is arriving. Like you can see, this is November, and still I feel not that much cold or peace, or not peace, like the soothing thing that the winter coming season should have. It's not actually there. And leaving early, the number of natural disasters is increasing, severity of droughts. Droughts means less rainfall, lack of rainfall, severity of droughts. Sometimes there is no rainfall, the land becomes dry, it couldn't be fertile. Okay? Floods and tidal waves is on the rise. Rivers and canals are drying up. Man-made causes are equally responsible with natural causes for this. So, beside the natural causes, man-made causes are also responsible for the weather changes. The main cause behind climate change in Bangladesh as well as the world is global warming. There are two things that we must learn from this lesson, that is about the global warming and about the greenhouse effect. What are the greenhouse gases? I'm telling you what are the greenhouse gases. Okay, let me read. You will get it also. The polar ice is melting abnormally due to warming. This water, due to melting ice, is raising the sea level. So when the polar ice, that means the mountain ices are melting because of the global warming. So where is the melting ice is going? It is going down and it is rising the sea level. So because of the global warming, the mountain ice is melting, it is going down and it is rising the sea level. As a result, the low-lying southern regions and many countries adjacent, that means near the sea, at risk of being submerged. When the sea level will rise, the areas which are like islands, they have a risk of being submerged. The greenhouse gas is highly responsible for global warming. Gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, etc., combined are known as greenhouse gases. The main greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. Okay, you must know it that the main greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide, and when this amount of gases actually increasing, it increases the temperature over the temperature in the atmosphere. That causes the global warming. I'll explain it again, don't worry. Next class, I'll explain the global warming and greenhouse gas again. The increased presence, human activities are causing this increase of greenhouse gas, obviously, because when you're burning fossil fuels or because of the industries, the carbon dioxide portion is also increasing, and many other gases also. Carbon dioxide constitutes the largest portion of greenhouse gas. The gas is generated from electricity production, smoke from vehicle, fuel, brick kilning, etc. These all actually gives out carbon dioxide gas. The percentage of greenhouse gas has drastically increased these days. From these, we can easily understand the danger of climatic change. This much today. Next class, I'll start from the next para. So this class, you learn about the summer monsoon, many things, the coldest place, the highest rainfall places, the lowest rainfall places, the average highest and lowest temperature of Bangladesh in summer, that is the average highest is 34, the average lowest is 29, and describe the climate of Bangladesh. These three questions only from lesson 1. From lesson 2, I have discussed about the global warming and about the greenhouse gas. In the next class, I'll be giving questions from lesson 2. Okay? From lesson 2, I'll be giving questions. So, I'm giving it section wise. So, in your classroom copies, please write it down also in section wise. And from section A, these 3 questions. From section B, it will be given to you. And hopefully, by the next class, I'll give the first part of the study note. That's all for today. Thank you.